There was once a land ruled by a man who believed power had no limits. For generations, Egypt stood as the strongest nation on earth. Its rivers fed life, its cities shone with wealth, and at its center stood a king who did not only demand obedience, he demanded worship.
I am your supreme lord. There is no one above me.
Fear kept the people silent, and silence kept the throne standing. But beneath Egypt's greatness lived a people crushed by injustice. Bani Israel. Separated, enslaved, broken. Their men worked until their bodies failed. Their women were spared only to give birth to more slaves. Pharaoh kept them weak, because a weak people never rise. One night, the throne shook. Pharaoh saw a dream, fire spreading through Egypt, destroying its homes, yet leaving the houses of Bani Israel untouched. He woke disturbed.
Ride harder! We must reach Moses! Faster! He will not escape!
Sea closed. The one who claimed divinity was defeated by water. At death, Pharaoh spoke, but it was too late.
I am your supreme lord. There is no one above me.
Pharaoh saw a dream, fire spreading through Egypt, destroying its homes, yet leaving the houses of Bani Israel untouched. He woke disturbed. For the first time in his life, fear entered his heart. The interpreters were called. A child would be born from the enslaved, and through him the kingdom would fall.
Then end the threat before it breathes!
Pride turned into panic, and a decree was written. Every newborn boy from Bani Israel was to be killed. Soldiers filled the streets. Mothers screamed. Blood became policy. In this darkness, Musa, peace be upon him, was born. His mother lived in fear every moment. Then Allah inspired her heart.
Nurse him, and when fear reaches you, place him in the river. Do not fear, do not grieve. We will return him to you.
With trembling hands and complete trust, she placed her child into a small chest and released him into the Nile. The river carried what armies could not destroy. The water delivered Musa, peace be upon him, to Pharaoh's palace. Pharaoh's wife saw the child, and mercy entered her heart.
Do not kill him. Perhaps he will be good for us.
Pharaoh looked at the infant.
What danger can a child bring?
Arrogance blinded him. Musa, peace be upon him, refused every nurse. The palace grew desperate, and Allah returned the child to the arms of his own mother, protected, honored, paid. Years passed. Musa, peace be upon him, grew strong. Allah granted him wisdom. One day, injustice stood before him. A man from Bani Israel was being beaten. Musa, peace be upon him, stepped forward. One strike was given. A life ended. Musa, peace be upon him, repented. Allah forgave him. But Pharaoh did not. A warning reached Musa, peace be upon him. He fled Egypt with nothing but faith. In a foreign land, Musa, peace be upon him, became a shepherd. The former prince walked the dust. Patience replaced luxury. Silence replaced power. This is how Allah prepares his prophets. One night, on a cold mountain, Musa, peace be upon him, saw a fire. But it was not fire.
Musa, remove your sandals. You are in a sacred valley. I have chosen you. Go to Pharaoh. He has crossed all limits.
Musa, peace be upon him, feared his speech.
My lord, make my brother Harun my helper.
Your request is granted.
Musa, peace be upon him, and Harun, peace be upon him, stood before Pharaoh. Truth faced arrogance.
So who is the lord of you two, O Musa?
The one who gives life and death. If you are truthful, show a sign.
Gathered the greatest magicians of Egypt. They cast their ropes illusions like snakes. Musa, peace be upon him, cast his staff. It became real and swallowed every lie. The magicians fell in prostration. Pharaoh raged. Threats followed.
Moses! How do you challenge my divine authority? I am Pharaoh!
Punishment followed, but belief had already entered hearts. Allah sent sign after sign. Storms destroyed crops, locusts consumed fields, lice spread through homes, frogs filled every space, water turned to blood. Each time Pharaoh promised, each time he broke his word, finally Allah commanded Musa, peace be upon him. They left with no weapons, no wealth, only trust. At the sea, fear surrounded them. Behind Pharaoh's army, a headwater, Musa, peace be upon him, struck the sea. It split. Walls of water rose like mountains. A dry path appeared. The oppressed crossed safely.
Ride harder! We must reach Moses! Faster! He will not escape!
Pharaoh followed. The sea closed. The one who claimed divinity was defeated by water. At death, Pharaoh spoke. But it was too late. Allah preserved his body as a sign for those after him. Power does not make one eternal. Arrogance does not save a soul. Every tyrant falls. Every throne collapses. And truth always survives.